Good afternoon, folks. This is Big Timmy and we're Big Timmy cooking today. Today we're cooking super sliders with some good old Hawaiian bread. Y'all stay tuned. Alright folks, we're going to go over the ingredient list to make Big Timmy's super sliders. First of all, get yourself one of these King Hawaiian rolls. This is some goodness here. It saves a lot of time. Also, we're going to have about 3 tablespoons of butter that we're going to melt in a saucepan here shortly. We're going to use a little Worcestershire sauce, a little yellow mustard, and Big Timmy's favorite, some minced onion. Oh, we're also going to add just a tad of brown sugar. Alright, also we need some Swiss cheese and also some sliced ham. And that's all it is to take to make Big Timmy's super sliders. It's quick and easy. Alright, so let's get started here with Big Timmy's super sliders. What we're going to do is we're actually going to make a half recipe this afternoon. So we're going to actually slice up roughly 6 of these rolls. Don't have to be perfect, just get them out, get them on my little slicing board and slice in half. Alright, once we get the bread sliced in half, we're going to go ahead and start building the super sliders. We're going to build it first with a little ham. And I like ham. This is just your deli ham that you'd find at your local grocery store. And it's thin sliced. But I'm going to layer it up. About 3 pieces. I'm going to take a couple pieces of Swiss cheese, and this is what makes it super. You keep adding a little more ham, a little bit more Swiss. So I'm actually going to add a couple more pieces of ham, and a couple pieces of cheese, and that's it. Flip your bread up, and all we do is slice and dice from here. I'm just going to cut it up into little sliders. Alright, now for the pan. Just got a regular old baking dish here. I'm going to slip these things in the pan. Just like I cut them. Just kind of slide them in there. Nothing fancy here, folks. This is ham and Swiss cheese sandwiches basically. But we're fixing to add the magic to it. Alright. We've got them made, so now we're going to start our sauce in our saucepan. Alright folks, we're going to start the sauce going in my little saucepan. I've got it turned on about medium heat here, and I'm going to take 3 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to go ahead and put this butter into the saucepan, get it start melting. Then I'm going to add a little bit of yellow mustard. How much mustard? About that much, folks. Alright, moving on to the Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to use about 2 teaspoons of this, just enough to give it some ooey gooey goodness. That's about 1. That's about 2. Go ahead and start incorporating this butter and this mustard and this Worcestershire sauce up. Once we get this melted, we're going to actually add some brown sugar to this concoction. What that does is it gives a little sweetness, and it's going to make these super sliders oh so good. Once we get the butter incorporated, we're going to actually take a teaspoon of brown sugar. I'm going to melt this brown sugar in this Worcestershire mustard and butter concoction. What I want to do is get it fully incorporated and let it bubble just a tad. What this does is it makes a little sticky, but it also makes a little goodness. It gives those super sliders a good taste. Alright, that looks like it's incorporated, and then we're going to add the magic. Big Timmy's favorite ingredient, some minced onion here. How much onion? Let's see, Big Timmy likes it oniony. About that much, folks. I'm going to continue to stir this and incorporate this onion and this concoction together. And all we're doing right now is wait until it bubbles just a tad. Alright, so you want your topping just a bubbling, and you can see how it kind of is getting thick, folks. That's about how you want it. That's when you know it's good, when it just starts bubbling. So what you want to do from here is you take this hot concoction, I call it a topping, and what you want to do is just brush it on the top. What this does is it gives these super sliders just enough flavor to just melt in your mouth. Just slather it on real good. Don't really have to be fancy here, folks. All you got to do is just slap it on, because this is one of those quick and easy meals that anybody can make. Kind of get all that ooey gooey goodness on these. Alright, that looks good right there. Alright, so once you get your topping on top of your super sliders, you actually want to tint your pan just a tad. And what tinting is it will actually, the steam will rise and it will make that cheese melt. What you want to do is kind of make you a little crease here where it won't stick to the top. Kind of put it around. Alright, that should be good enough. And I've already had my oven preheating at 350. So now I'm going to take and put my super sliders in the oven on 350 oven. Alright folks, so we just put those super sliders in the oven. We're going to actually cook these for 20 minutes. So I'm going to do a cook time. 20 minutes and count down. We'll be back in 20 minutes. Y'all stay tuned, folks. Hey folks, we're back. We're working on these super sliders today, and we've had them cooking for about 15 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and pull them out of the oven. We're gonna take that tin off, and we're gonna slap them back in there. Let's see what Timmy's cooking today. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, good goodness. We're going to go ahead and slap these babies back in there. We're going to let them cook for about 5 more minutes. We're going to let that ooey gooey just get down in there, that cheese melt, and y'all stay tuned because we're fixing to plate these suckers up. Alright folks, we're back. We're fixing to have the big reveal of Big Timmy Super Sliders. Let's take a peek and see how they're doing. Oh yeah, they're bubbling. I think they're ready. Let's take a look. Ooh, Big Timmy's. Big Timmy. So take a look at this, folks. This is quick and easy. Took us about 5 minutes. We're going to go ahead and take and plate these. We ain't fancy today. We got paper plates. Go ahead and take number 1. Take number 2. That's plate number 1. Let's go ahead and plate number 2. Ooh, it's hot. Woo. Alright folks, that's a little too hot to eat right now. Let's let it cool for about 5 minutes. We'll be right back and we'll do a taste test. Y'all hang tight. Hey folks, welcome back. So we've got our super sliders and they've rested for at least 5 minutes. Gonna let it cool because Big Timmy's gonna do a taste test right quick for you. So let's see what this super slider turned out. Got that cheese, got that onion. That was good. That's delicious. Made me want to do the super slider salute. Alright folks. Thanks for watching Big Timmy's Cooking. We're keeping it simple here. We done cooked Big Timmy's Super Sliders this afternoon. And if you like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe. Go ahead and ring that dinner bell. And you've been watching Big Timmy's Cooking. And y'all come back now, you hear?